Not sure about photographs of the scrimshaw came out very good, so I used the movie camera. Zoom in close. There's a kettle to boil whale oil. Sailing vessels. And then the North Carolina Maritime Museum here in Beaufort.
Was to establish a north-south reference line or baseline, originally made of chain as illustrated in this diagram, and now 3/4 inch polypropylene line. The baseline stretches from one end of the site 140 feet to the other end. Every 10 feet, a steel rod, rebar, was driven into the sand to create a permanent series of survey datum to facilitate mapping the site. The baseline also serves as a trail that divers can use to navigate the site from one end to the other when the visibility is severely limited, which is the majority of the time. Press the button to continue. Secondary east-west baselines. Secondary east-west baselines are temporarily deployed and used whenever and wherever needed on the site for orientation, helping to align grid units, mapping, and whatever other purpose might help speed up underwater operations on site. Since they are temporary, smaller 1/4 inch yellow, high visibility polypropylene line is often used. Press the button to continue. Grid system. In addition to various temporary and permanent baselines and datum, rigid 5-foot by 5-foot grid units are used for mapping purposes, particularly when dredges are deployed for excavating sand. These sturdy grid units, built from both PVC and aluminum pipe and painted in 1-foot black and white increments, assist with mapping duties as well as keeping dredge hoses and divers out of fragile excavation areas. Press the button. Anchor and cannon pile. The most prominent feature on the site is the large concentration of ballast stones, at least 7 cannon and 2 large anchors in the middle of the shipwreck site. This large mass of concreted material also contains a smaller grapnel anchor, numerous barrel hoops, and various rigging elements that at one time allowed sailors to operate the sails. Additionally, this heavy volume of cast and wrought iron gear and equipment has helped hold down a section of lighter and fragile wooden hull structure and allowed it to survive almost 300 years underwater in a fairly high energy environment. North Anchor. One of the principal features on the site, which always remains visible above sand levels, is anchor A3, one of the ship's primary anchors located some 50 feet north of the major anchor and cannon pile in the middle of the site. A3 is the site's largest anchor, 13 feet 7 inches long. Although normally hidden by sand, the anchor's wooden stock becomes readily visible with a limited amount of excavation or natural scouring, along with 2 intact iron straps designed to help hold it in place around the anchor's shank. Press the button to continue.